shows out there at Wise Guys in Las Vegas. A lot of fun. I went to the Sphere. You know, the Sphere. The dumbest people in the world on social media are talking about the Sphere. I gotta see the Sphere. And the Sphere is fun, I guess. The Sphere is, when I was growing up, we had IMAX movie theaters. The Sphere is like this big orb made of, it's a big LED screen in the middle of Vegas that is shaped like a planet, like a sphere. And you see it when you land the plane. And they have concerts there, like U2, and Bono comes out and yells about AIDS or whatever he's still doing. And Dead & Co. and everything. And so, and I'm not saying smart people aren't talking about the Sphere, but I've specifically noticed on my own feeds, the dumbest people that I have ever met, are on and on about the Sphere. They cannot stop. They want to go see it. They need to see it. There's a special kind of dumb that will alert their social media feed that they are planning to go to this Sphere, as if to say, look at what I'm about to do. They'll go on, they go, I got to check out this Sphere. And they post a photo of it, or they share a video, and they're like, definitely checking this out when I'm in Vegas. As if everyone was worried that they would go to Vegas and somehow miss this. Yeah, they do a big eyeball. It's fun. So a friend of mine goes, we got to go to the Sphere. We got to see the Sphere. It's at the Venetian. We got to see the Sphere. My attitude about Vegas is I like high-end Asians, and that's it. Because most of Vegas now is just bags of shit. It's bags of human shit from America. They come to Vegas, and they don't gamble. They don't have the attention span or the money to play cards. So they just kind of wander around these spaces, and they're herded into restaurants, and then the younger people will obviously go to nightclubs. And then many of these bags of shit are herded into the Sphere because it is a big... So the Darren Aronofsky, the guy who did Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream, they produced this very weird, climate... I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit of an eco-terrorist perspective on it's like this weird movie that they have at the Sphere right now. I believe it's called, and you can maybe look this up, Postcards from Humanity or something like that. I don't know if there's a trailer that we could play, but the movie is, it's about how human beings have destroyed the earth, and that I'm not kidding. And can we play this trailer? Yeah, all right. This is the Sphere. So this is part of the movie that he has, postcards from... So now, so he's got all these, vibrant colors, and it's, they do this, they're like spiders jumping out, and... Okay. There you go. It's Kamala Harris's birthday party. So now Darren Aronofsky does this film, and then Darren Aronofsky is supremely talented. So I don't know why he's doing crap like this, but apparently they're paying him enough money to do this, which I will take the money too. So anything that I've ever, and this is why I think people like the authenticity I bring, anything that I criticize, I will also do for money, because guys like Darren Aronofsky realize that who cares? He's done a lot of great shit anyway. Let's make this crap for fat people from Ohio who are herded into the Sphere, which is a movie theater, when Bono's not on the stage singing about AIDS. And they'll watch this movie about how they have destroyed the earth, which is the film. So, and then the film ends where it's the creepiest thing you've ever seen, because it takes you through civilization. And then, of course, we got too many people, the buildings are too tall, we can't see the sun, all that stuff. And we've destroyed, and it's a voice. And then, by the way, so this message, by the way, could not be more lost. By the way, this is hilarious. It's in Vegas. This message of we've destroyed the planet with, wanting more, and more was never enough, and we built buildings that were. So this is happening at the Sphere in Vegas at a hotel that's meant to look like Italy. You're in this big movie theater and you're watching this, whatever it is, 45-minute film about how the earth has been destroyed by people. And at the end of the movie, I swear to God, they go, but because the end of the movie, it goes, we just need balance. And we're out of balance. We're building too much. We're using too much energy. We're destroying the planet. So at the end of the movie, they go, some of us can come back, but not all of us. Not all of us can come back to Earth. The end of the movie is that no, I'm not kidding. Go see this. The end of Postcards, what's it called? Postcard from Earth. Yeah. The end of Postcards from Earth it talks about we need a pretty, and go see it. We need we need to eliminate a significant number of people on the planet to make it nice again. That's kind of the message. At the end, they're like, but not all of us could come back. And then you have this like Native American chick and this black guy or this Indian chick and this whatever, I don't know. Two non-white people, God bless, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it in the K-Hive. Not commenting on it. I'm just saying they land on another planet to terraform that and make it nice. But the end of Postcards from the Earth is this, and this narrator going, and not all, we understood that not all of us could go back. Like that is the ending message of this movie in the Sphere that you're watching is so I go with my friend and they're all like, we got to see the Sphere. And we go and you walk into the Sphere and I buy the two best tickets. They're VIP tickets. This cost me $600. Okay. VIP director's tickets cost me $600, $300 each, $278, I believe, per ticket to see this IMAX movie. It's what it is without the 3D glasses. So then they go, oh, sir, actually, you're entitled to go to this VIP lounge where you get free merch. And my friend's a garbage person. So I go, no. We're not going to do that. We're just going to go to our seats. And my friend goes, no, dude, come on. We're going to get the merch. And I go, what is wrong with you? He goes, dude, I want the merch. So I'm with this animal who wants to go to the free lounge to get the hat and the Sphere shirt. So me and this animal go to this. This woman goes, we're going to give you a tour of the sound in the Sphere, the sound system. I go, no, I don't want any of this. And I'm being, and they're all shocked, by the way, at how, I'm like, they're upset. By the way, I've worked at these types of jobs. When someone says they don't want you to do your job, you're supposed to take a breath, smile, kind of wink, and go, thank you. These people are offended. They're really, really offended that I do not want to take a tour of the sound system at the Sphere. Let me tell you why I don't want to take the tour. I don't give a fuck what the sound system of the Sphere. I don't care. Will it be good? Will it be fun? That's all I care about. I don't care how many megawatt. I don't care. They're deeply offended that I don't want to do. So then I relent. I go, let's do it. I'm so disappointed in myself. I go, all right, fine, let's do it. Because they look horrified. One of the most terrible, whatever you want to call it, developments of late has been, you have this cult-like weird devotion that certain people have to their jobs. You either have people that don't care at all about their jobs and treat you like you're some type of obstacle to their own personal fulfillment when you walk into a place, Or you get the other extreme. There's nobody's in the middle anymore. You get the other extreme where people have this cult-like devotion. They feel very lucky to be able to share with you the sound system at the Sphere and here's what we did. And so I'm standing there with my friend, this animal, who wants to get a shirt and a hat. Okay? So we get the shirt and a hat. We take the tour of the sound system, and then we go to our seats, and then our seats, we're sitting there, and then they play this movie, Let's Kill Humanity, or whatever they call it, Postcards from Earth. And the movie is, it's just scenes of different kinds of people doing different things, right? It's weird. It's kind of weirdly racist in a weird way. Like, we're all just watching these different scenes of like people doing that. And then all of a sudden it's just like black people in Africa picking fruit. I'm telling you. And and we're all just sitting there kind of, and people are just kind of like, but they have like fun hats on. I don't know how Aronofsky chose the different slides that go in this. Whatever he did. I don't know if he staged this or if he, whatever. So the premise of this is that cities and civilization has destroyed planet Earth. We're out of balance. And the only way to get back into balance is to get rid of people. This is the thing that Americans are just sitting in the theater watching this. It's like weirdly like the Obamas have this deal with Netflix. They made that, kind of boring movie with Julia Roberts and Mashahara Ali which was an okay movie. It wasn't terrible, but it was somewhat boring. And it was that movie on Netflix. It was in the Hamptons, actually. And it was called what was that called? It was
Leave the World Behind.
Leave the World Behind. And it's this movie about a civil war in America. And it's this ominous movie where the majority of it, you don't really know what's going on or why, but you know that there's a civil war in America. And by the way, that movie was produced by the Obama's production company. It's very strange. It's odd. It's odd that an ex-president is producing a movie about the overthrow of the government that he led. It's odd. In the same way, it's a little strange, like, I understand that Earth is out of balance to a degree, and I understand that, we've done a lot of damage to the planet, but the end of the thing where they go, and by the way, not all of it, and we understood. It's such a creepy line. And we understood not all of us could return. So then who returns? Who gets to? We understood that not all of us could return. And then afterwards, at the end of this, all of these bags of human shit that visit Las Vegas they stand up. Now, by the way, people are just watching because of the colors. So no one's really understanding what the premise or the thesis of the short film is, because people are just they're it's 112 degrees there. They just sit in the chair that they barely fit in, and then they watch just colors. They're just watching colors. It's like children. They're watching colors, and they watch like an insect flying, and you can see them. They go like they point. It's like my godson does. He's 3. They point at the insect. These guys, 40, 50, 60 years old, doesn't matter. And they're sitting in their seats, and they're like, look at the insect. And then the women, some of them jump because the spider jumps, so the women go, woo! So they're not picking up on the fact that the end of the film calls for their extinction. They're not really into that. They're just like, well, the colors are bright, and it's fun to see, a hummingbird or whatever. After this, you leave the Sphere, and you're herded. This is what I hate about concerts and everything, right? That's why I don't go to as many of these things as I should. I hate the herding of people. I hate the air traffic controller herding. I don't want to be herded. I never feel like I'm in a good spot if I'm being herded with large numbers of people. When I see large numbers of people being herded, I'm like, oh, they're going to kill us soon. Something's going to happen soon. I don't feel good. So you go and then you just stand in this dusty, hot parking lot and wait for your Uber. But the fact that so many people are excited about this sphere, which I don't know if it's making money or not. I don't even know. It may be. I don't know. I don't know if is the sphere doing well for the Venetian?
Looks like it.
Yeah, they're doing okay. Revenue for 3 months was $321 million. Okay, 170 coming from the Sphere and 151 from the MSG networks. This is the Dolans?
Yep.
Is this the Long Island Dolans, the Cablevision Dolans? Anytime I get a chance to shit on Long Island, I take it. The Sphere is the big thing now in Vegas. Vegas used to be, by the way, I just want high-end Asians. That's why I go. I lost $3,000 at Baccarat in minutes. I never do this, but I will play this for you because we don't really identify anyone. Will they kill me if I play this?
I don't know what this guy does, yeah.
I want high-end Asians only in Vegas. I don't want Americans. I don't want to be near them because I know how they act. I'm friends with them. I'm born of them. The high-end, that's why I go to Baccarat. I don't even know what's happening in Baccarat. I don't even know what's happening. Everything's in Chinese, but I sit there and all the Asians, no one talks, everyone smokes, and you just lose $3,000 and leave. That's fine. This is a high-end billionaire arriving at the Wynn. I believe, maybe a whale or something. He's being greeted by the people that live at the Wynn. I mean, not live at the Wynn, that work at the Wynn, the staff. And this is just, can we blur the faces? One of them has a mask. Many of them have masks. That helps.
It's like his interpreter, or this woman. She's like chief of staff, right? I mean,
I don't know if we can play this.
I won't pull it.
Don't play this. Don't play this.
Okay.
Well, this is where you could get in trouble.
Sure.
Take my advice. I mean, take my, I'm just believe me when I tell you, I only want to be around Asian people right now. And if that's racist, that's fine. But that's really where I am in my life. I'm 39. I don't want to be around anyone else right now except Asians. Specifically in Vegas. High-end Asians. High-end. Let me specify. I want to be around high-end. I don't want to be at the Sphere with these bags of human shit sitting in their seats getting excited about the colors. It's really depressing when you go to Vegas and you look at what they've done to the country and what they've done to the people and what excites the people. It used to be you would go to Vegas and you'd be excited about winning because we used to want to win or care about winning. And you used to go, you know what? I want to fucking kill this game. I want to win a little bit of money. Maybe we'd get a nice hooker, something. Now it is, I want to go see a movie theater that's shaped like a ball. That's what people want now. Kamala Harris, we're in the K-Hive. What is the K-Hive? What is it? I'll explain it to you. Maybe you're not in it, but you're going to get in it. You're going to get in it, and you hear me? Here's what the K-Hive is. The K-Hive is a release. It is a release, and we need a release. God, do we need a release? It is a release from the laws, the rules, anything. It is a release from gravity. It does not matter. It is a vibe. Andrew Sullivan called it a vibocracy now. It doesn't matter that Kamala Harris was against fracking. Now she's down with it. Now she doesn't want single-payer health care anymore. Now she wants border security. It doesn't matter that she did it because she's not for the things she's for. It's not a flip-flop. Everyone's like, the Republicans are like, by the way, if anyone is, and they all are, I know that everyone listens. You have to listen to me here because I'm going to tell you why you're losing very soon. I'm going to tell you why you're losing. But what we have to do right now is break down the vibocracy, as Andrew Sullivan said, because Kamala Harris is doing what Trump did in 2016 that they're not doing now, and I guess it is hard to do now. She's throwing a party. And I said this months ago. I said it months ago. I said the person who throws the party is going to win. And I guess it is a little it's harder to throw a party after somebody just shot at your head, because usually that would stop a party. Somebody shoots you and it grazes your ear, the party's kind of over. It's hard to bounce back from that and throw a party. But Kamala is throwing a party. She doesn't believe in anything. Well, she's flip-flop. It's not flip-flop. She doesn't believe. It wasn't that. It isn't this. She wasn't for it before she was against. It's nothing. It has no foundation in reality. None of it matters. The Democrats are living in a post-reality world of parties. People are twerking. People are singing. There's yas queening. It has nothing to do with anything that it's not tangible. You can't touch it. It's the sphere. Do you see? The people come in. They herd them in. Come in, fatty. Sit in your seat and look. It's pretty colors. It's things that are flying by a mile a minute. Kamala Harris is instantly related. Yes, play this. Play this. That's right. That's right. This is the campaign. These are the policies. This is what you're going to get. These are the policies. This is what you're voting. You're voting for this. They're not even trying. And by the way, this is brilliant. They're not even trying to put out. Yeah, there you go. Let's get rid of that. But the people that, by the way, they have their perfect candidate. Half Indian, half black, attractive woman. Every billionaire on earth, this is, if you were going to build a robot in a lab that would be secretly controlled by billionaires, it is Kamala Harris. It doesn't help that J.D. Vance is bombing with his ferret face or whatever. He has this strange he has his beady eyes. No one likes tech people, even right-wing ones. No one likes tech people. Stop with the nerds. The Republicans thought that they were going to build a bridge to the nerds with this guy. Stop with the nerds. People don't like nerds, no matter what ideological stance they have. He's not, because on one side you've got this guy, and on the other side you have, it's people are twerking, people are on Molly, the glow sticks are out. It's fun. Kamala is the candidate. She would be built if she was, what's that line about Israel? If Israel didn't exist, we would have to invent her. If Kamala Harris did not exist, billionaires would have to invent her. Half Indian, half black, attractive woman, childless. She's a career bitch. Or should I say bish, B-I-S-H. Kamala Harris would have to be invented if she did not already exist. She is hollow in the best way. Meaning certain people, when they are hollow, there is something deeply uneasy about them because some of them would want to not be hollow. There is some humanity in them that is trying to escape. Kamala is so at home with her hollowness. She has been eaten by ambition. It is stage 4. It has gone to the brain. It is that laughter. It is that kind of, she is perfectly comfortable with being used as a tool by other people to say anything and do anything. She is kind of the perfect candidate for America at the current stage it is. That's why everyone was like, oh, when Rogan said, I could see her winning. It wasn't an endorsement of her. When you look back and you analyze it and you look at it, who's bet? Now, yes, she can't speak. She does it. It's like, the robots, when the robot, the early generations of the robots, when you roll them out, they make mistakes. They're not that impressive. But from far away, if you choose the angle at which they are observed, you're like, oh my God, that's fucking cool. Those little Boston Dynamics dogs that just keep walking by. But then they walk into the wall a few times. You go, oh, this isn't that great. However, when you first see the Boston Dynamics robot dog, you go, whoa, this is wild. Now, listen, Kamala is the most relatable person immediately. She's a person who is not qualified for her job. That is, most Americans don't feel qualified for their jobs and aren't. Most Americans spend 4 years in college getting fed gobbledygook and horse shit, and then they have to go on an interview or a series of interviews and say, I'm going to make the marketing at this company so good. And they don't know what they're doing, because no one really does. In the beginning, when I first started to become a comedian, I was not qualified for my job, but I'd have to go out and tell people I'm a comedian. They'd go, yeah, okay. It's when you start a podcast and no one's listening. You go, I've got a podcast. They go, really? It's everybody in this country. It's act as if, fake it till you make it. It's maybe the main American thing is to be full of shit until the rest of your surroundings conform to the level of bullshit that you have been spewing for years. Kamala is perfectly at home and perfectly calm and at peace with being full of shit, being unqualified. She gets it. She understands, and Americans understand too. They go, we kind of like this woman because she is not bothered by the fact that she is an empty vessel. She just wants to be the president, bitch. And wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to be the president? It's every person that has no business doing what they're doing, which is such a large swath of this country. No business doing what they're doing. They have a soft spot for Kamala. Even I look at Kamala, and she will wreck the country and the world. They will wreck the people. And by the way, not even her. The people that are behind her will destroy Earth. And I don't know if anyone will be able to stop them from destroying Earth, no matter who's in. But they will accelerate the process of destroying Earth. And people will dance into they will dance into the fire pits. And it's just, but maybe that is better. I don't know. No one has heard anything from her. No one knows anything. Everything she says is crazy. She was not allowed to speak as the vice president. She was given strict orders to not speak. She was given strict orders to not say anything. Everything she said was crazy. You act like you fell out of a coconut tree. Like, she tries on different accents. She has different sayings. She makes up family members that don't exist. You know, my aunt used to say that the future is just the past. Like, just play anything she said. Play anything. Is this her new accent?
New accent.
Yeah.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will.
That's right.
Yes, we will.
Look at her. She's like, yeah. So there's that great moment right after she does that. It's great. Play that again. Watch her right after she delivers. She's in disbelief. She's in full disbelief. Watch her after she delivers that 2024. She is in full, because by the way, in the middle of the night, they knocked on her door. It was like Game of Thrones. They knocked on her door. They're like, Joe's out. And she's like, oh, what do you mean? They go, he's out. And you're in. And it was Obama and Pelosi. Cy Hirsch just wrote the article. And they're like, and if you don't gain traction, you're out. So follow me. And she had to follow these people by candlelight. They led her down a long corridor, a long hall, and she's being led. And they all have sleeping caps on. It's the Middle Ages. And she's going down a long hall, and she goes into a room. So she has no idea how this even happened. But she's handling it well. She smiles, and she's kind of goofy and silly, and she doesn't know. She's like a teacher. She's like a teacher who's in front of the class, and she's like, oh, I was just in school, not even a couple of months ago, but now I'm in front of the class, and now it's my classroom, and these are my students. Watch her face after 2024, because she's taking it all in.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, I cannot believe they are allowing this. I cannot believe, but believe it, because she's winning. And here's why the Republicans are losing right now. The Republic, let's talk for a minute about something that no one cares about. Shadow banning. Shadow banning is probably real. In fact, I know it's real. The tech companies can turn you on and turn you off, and they don't have to tell you why they have turned you on or turned you off. Sometimes they give you a very vague explanation. But most of the time, certain things can be hidden, and usually they are videos with some controversy or a couple of keywords people don't like. Now, as someone who's a creator, God, I hate that word, but if you're a creator and you put stuff out into the ether on the internet, some of it does well, some of it doesn't do well. Here's what you cannot talk about. Shadow banning. You know why? Nobody cares that you are being shadow banned. You cannot prove it, and it annoys people to continually listen to you complain. Most people who are complaining about this are doing decently well. Some of them aren't. It doesn't matter. You cannot complain about being shadow banned. I've seen people destroy their careers. In the same way that the Republicans are now complaining that the media likes Kamala and is treating them unfairly. Of course the media likes Kamala. Of course they are going to treat you unfairly. But you cannot keep talking about media bias. It is boring. It is boring. You've already won. You won in 2016. You won. You governed for 4 years. You can't. The only way that Republicans, especially Trump, cannot run from a position of weakness. He cannot. Meaning, he is not allowed to be weak publicly in front of people. It will not work. He has to project certainty and strength. When J.D. Vance goes to a bunch of donors, there's a little bit of a gut punch. We had to run against Kamala, a little bit of a gut punch. That is how they lose. They lose when they allow people to think there is a possibility that they will lose. This is, by the way, not only them. This is any comedian. When J.D. Vance did that joke and it kind of got a laugh and he goes, I love you guys. That's what comedians say when they're bombing. They go, I love you guys. Like, you could tell Trump doesn't really love him because Trump doesn't really forget the things that were said, but that's okay. They can move on. Vance is not going to make or break the race. Don't let the media make it about the VP. It doesn't matter. No one cares. Trump is still Trump. They cannot allow themselves to buy into this media narrative that, number one, people are electing J.D. Vance or not, or number two, that Kamala is a runaway freight train because Kamala can be stopped. They can also lose. And if they over-twerk, this is my thought. If Kamala over-twerks, if they yas queen too much, if they OD on the vibes, I will tell you this, they might lose. They are getting cocky. And it's a long way off. We're a long way off. We're a long way off from when people actually vote. So Kamala's getting cocky. The people behind her are getting a little cocky because the rollout has gone very well. That doesn't mean that it's just she's going to be guaranteed to walk into the Oval Office, because they could keep twerking to a point where people are uncomfortable, because all Americans want is someone to act like a human being for 5 minutes. I will tell you who wins this election if someone acts like a human being for 5 minutes. If someone can act like a human person for 5 minutes, they will win the election. And if it's close enough to when people go to the polls, that's all people are looking for. So the rollout is good. We're twerking. We're vibing. We're just yelling and screaming and clapping and dancing. But then the summer's going to end. There's going to be a debate, which Trump, to his peril, is refusing. He can't refuse it. He has to show up for it. But I'm not against him making them beg. Make them beg and then do it. You got to debate her. You have to debate her. Off the scripted speeches, she's going to win. You got to get her off the cuff, and she's got to short circuit. You got to put the iPhone in the water. You got to show people that not only does she believe in nothing, she doesn't know anything. That's the bigger, it's people in this country don't care that she believes in nothing. And Trump doesn't have a huge set of consistent political beliefs either. So it's not even about that. It's about how little Kamala Harris actually knows about any of the issues in the campaign. He's going to debate her, and that is his ticket. And the winner of that debate will win the election. And Trump, you stop with the race stuff. It doesn't matter if she's Indian or black. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. It doesn't matter if she doesn't have kids with J.D. Vance. What they should do is they should go, this woman is not informed about the issues in the campaign. She doesn't know. She doesn't care. She's being used by people that have agendas that she may or may not share, but she doesn't even know if she shares them. That is the case. She doesn't know. Kamala Harris is fully showing up to the office, bright-eyed, fun. You like her immediately, sweet, but has no idea what's going on. And everyone likes her. Everyone hates Kathy, the cunt who does compliance, because she's got to make sure the company is, compliant and that everybody doesn't go to jail. So she can't be fun. Kamala can be fun. She can be fun. But make no mistake, she doesn't have any beliefs, and she doesn't really know why or why not. She just knows that it might be fun to be the president. How fun would that be, bitch? That would be fun. She's like everyone else from California. They don't know what they believe. No one lives in their heads. No one lives in their heads. I mean, if you spend long enough here, everybody's Kamala. Everybody is Kamala Harris here. It's not rare to meet Kamala. And they're lovely. They're actually lovely. They're nice. They're fake. And it's good. It's nice. And everything's very small talk and fun. And look at you and look at me. And, but there's nothing real. Nobody's tethered to the earth. It doesn't matter. They knocked on her door. It's you now. It's me. It's you. Whoa. And then immediately they're like, we're just going to get people to twerk. You're going to talk about history. Just talk about history. Just talk about it's historic. What you're doing is historic. Doesn't matter what you. It's historic. It's historic. Whatever it is, it's historic. History, we're going to do it. And people like that. People like frauds. It's America. They root for the con. They root for the thief. They root for the criminal. This is America. They root for John Gotti, not the feds. Now, the brilliance of the feds, she is a fed. She's a prosecutor. But the brilliance is she's wrapped herself in enough of the identity politics and enough of that bullshit that people have forgotten that she's a fed through and through. She's a fed. But the feds did something brilliant. They did something smarter than I wouldn't have called it. The feds have now wrapped themselves into identity politics so that none of them can get called out for being fed. Even AOC and these people, they will never call her out. They will not call these people out because the higher principle here is that you're going to have a black woman president or an Indian black woman president, whatever. That is the higher principle. This is why the CIA does all those dumb recruitment videos about women of color, drone striking Yemeni children or whatever. This is why, all of these big companies like Nike come out and talk about the importance of representation. The woman with the hijab in the trainers. This is why they do it. So they never have to get called out on their shit. They never have to change. It's a great quote. I forget what it is. I'm probably mangling it. It doesn't matter. But it's basically some version of For things to stay the same, they must change. And what that means is that you have to eventually find a way to put on a show for people, because the behind the curtain is never going to change. Is this the quote?
Yes.
What a great quote by Giuseppe Tomasi. God, I'm gonna massacre this. Lampedusa. If we want things to stay as they are, things will have to change. This is the guiding principle of the ruling class of America and the world for the last 15 years. If we want things to stay as they are, things will have to change. Behind the curtain will not change. Who they put in front of the curtain is going to have to change. Kamala is the prototype of the new American leader. They will be affable. They will be fun. They will be attractive. They will have no beliefs. They will not know much about anything. They will be careerists. They will come out of institutions. And this has always kind of been the archetype of the American leader, but the major difference now is the people are stupider, so the leaders can be stupider. The media is stupider, the leaders can be stupider. Everybody gets dumber together. Fish rots from the head. And this is what we're doing. And this is it'll be the Brentwood wine mom, Yas Queen. And that this is a woman who said Russia is a bigger country and they invaded Ukraine. They are a smaller country. That is the way she chose to break the Ukraine war down for the American people. And that's what she'll do. Go and play some of her, get up on YouTube some of her greatest hits. She had one the other day that was great. And it was just about the moment that we're in and the present moment that we're in. I watched it and I was amazed. Right up there. Go up. And she's at an abortion rally. Now, I want you to watch this. I want you to make this big. I want everybody to watch this. This is very, very interesting to watch. Okay? You are seeing in real time exactly everything that I have just laid out for you, where she's not saying anything. It seems like she is, but she's not. This is spooky. It's actually spooky. It's on the edge of scary, because you're starting to wonder at what point they will sub these people out with AI. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. At what point, or have they already? Good night. Now, at what point will they sub these people out with Manchurian candidate AI? How much different would that be from this? Let's go.
I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
So this is the last stop on the train before they just get a robot, like an actual AI that will be better. This does seem like we're at the final stop on the train. That seems to be the final stop on the train. I'm sure she's a smart woman in her field, which is mainly letting, trying to arrest parents whose kids don't go to school or whatever she made her bones doing. But she's just kind of in it for the din-din. She likes going out and throwing back a couple of glasses of wine. The presidency for her is going to be fun. It's going to be traveling. It's a lot of traveling. And she's going to like it. Now let's go watch J.D. Vance. Now, J.D. Vance is having problems. We've offered him to come on the show. We haven't heard anything. J.D. Vance is having problems because, number one, people find tech people very, very, very creepy no matter what. And it certainly doesn't help that people don't feel like he's legitimately, I don't know. He said a couple of things about Trump that are less than, called him an opioid. And, I think he likened him to Hitler at one point. But J.D. Vance is not terribly popular. But again, it's not about J.D. Vance. The media will make it about J.D. Vance. And if the Republicans buy into that. But here is J.D. Vance speaking. And again, this is not great. Let's watch this.
Now, we're going to get a good fried bologna sandwich right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right. This is the guy who makes it.
Oh, boy.
But I
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you another story.
Oh, please.
That's right. He probably does have an IQ of 210, but don't tell him that.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that. So.
The energy is not high.
I love you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah. Here's why this doesn't work with the tech guy. The tech people, they're very uncomfortable with humans. They don't like humans. They actually do not like, they like in theory. See, he likes the Appalachian people that he grew up with in theory, but he doesn't really want to be near any of them. Because the tech people just feel comfortable in very small crowds of people that think and look like them. And by look like them, I don't even mean racially. I just mean like they're, weird coders and like, these types that are, he is not a man of the people. He doesn't want to be in an airplane hangar or wherever he is doing these big rallies. This does not work for him. He needs to be taken off the road immediately. Put him in a room. Put him in a room. You ask me a question, subject unimportant, I'm J.D. Vance. Every answer he gives should be this. Go.
What should we do about immigration?
Did you see how heroic it was when Trump had that bullet fired at him and he stood up? Because a man that can withstand that can withstand anything. That's it. That's all he should ever say. All he should ever say is something about Trump. Something about Trump. That's all he should ever say. If they ask him about his wife, he should go, how nice Trump was to her when he met her? God, what's her name? Usha? Usha loves Trump. He should redirect to the one people like. By the way, couples do this that are smart. I know couples where one half of them is liked and the other one's hated. And every time they always deflect and they bring up the one that people like. I'm telling you, it happens quite often. Vance needs to redirect and make everything about Trump. If he doesn't, he is going to be fucked. Folks, you heard of apps? You got to download this app. Don't you realize there's problems in the media? Bias and dishonesty, sensationalism, lack of transparency and accountability, fostering division. Well, I do. And I bet you do too. So, Ground News is a website and app that lets you see through misleading media narratives. It gathers related articles from around the world in one place so you can compare how different outlets cover the same story and see a variety of perspectives. For every news story, they show you which outlets have a political bias, how reliable their reporting is, and who owns them. So you get to see, who owns this? Why am I seeing this? It's actually really cool. Whether you're on the left or the right, or like a lot of people these days, you don't know exactly where you fit in anymore, we can all agree that it's hard to trust what we see in the news and in our social media feeds. Ground News helps me make sure I'm seeing every news story in the context of the larger media world. Go to ground.news/Tim to give it a try. Go to ground.news/Tim to give it a try. It's really fun when your friend says, well, did you read this article? And you go, yeah, you know who owns that? Thing. If you sign up through my link, you'll get 40% off the Vantage plan, which is what I use to get unlimited access to all features. I really love this app site. I think Ground News is doing important work, and I hope you will check them out. Go to ground.news/Tim. This is interesting. I read this article, The Dangers of Mother Worship. People don't like the term mother. People should be careful about who they call mother because the mother worship should be reserved for the actual family. The term has become a symbol of pop cultural reverence, but celebrities can't give us real nourishment or care. Speak for yourself. What do you think I do here? You don't think I give people nourishment and care? Are they nuts? The symbolic usage of mother is not new, as anyone who's been a member of the Catholic Church or a sorority can tell you, but in recent years, the word has blossomed into a term of pop cultural reverence. What's that thing you guys have been saying online? Taylor Swift asked during some stage banter at a Mother's Day concert last year. You're always just like, mother is mothering. Somewhere between a meme and a mantra, I never know how to say that. I say it both ways. The expression became a half-joking phrase of worship, usually accompanying a depiction of a female celebrity at her most committed. Well, here's the thing. We're in a time of cults and cult leaders. And the reason that people are calling people mother is because people so desperately want to belong to something. We have destroyed the image of the American as a loner cruising down Route 66, stumbling into a bar, figuring something out. We have destroyed the idea of that. People like that now we think are freaks. We think they're freaks, actually. If you value your freedom of expression, your freedom to move around, you're looked at as a crazy person, some type of psychopath. We have tried very hard to make people, and technology has done this, and it's flattened everybody. The loner, the outcast, the person that's on the outside of things now is a person that is demonized, the person that stands back from the crowd and goes, well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. So the quasi-religiosity, and not even quasi, the religiosity of like a Taylor Swift fan base, for example, or anything now that people like, there's a religious quality to it, and it's disturbing. It's disturbing because people are extracting meaning from being a part of something, and other people are looking at all of this going, what could Taylor Swift get these people to do? What could some of these celebrities get people to do? We don't know. But there is something odd about the fandom now. There's something strange about all these YouTubers canceling each other in the pylons and how weird in the comments, you were my whole life. I've watched you forever. And now I will never recover from the fact that you did this to that person. It's weird. It's strange. Where are their friends? Where are their families? Where are the interpersonal dynamics of their own lives? Why is everything, digital? These kids are digitally native. They exist primarily on the internet. Why is this the way it is? But it seems unavoidable. But that's the question you ask as someone who's in their 40s or their late 30s or mid-30s, wherever you happen to be. You didn't grow up like this. You did not grow up idolizing people the way that you see people being idolized now. You liked bands and you loved comedians and you had those, obviously relationships, but it was not the way it is now. Something has happened. Something has fallen apart to where people are having very unhealthy relationships with celebrities, with people they do not know and will not know. And it's creepy. And the article does touch on some of that it is creepy. But it's also the way we've given people the option. These celebrity mothers aren't mythical goddesses like Cybele, nor are they the mother clap or mothers of the ballroom scene risking their neck and providing tangible resources to persecuted people. Mothers such as Taylor Swift and others are wealthy entertainers elevated to symbolic status by millions of strangers who pledge them their fealty. The sense of the word seems closely connected to Jacobson's mama of early childhood, the primal expression of a deep unmet need. Well, that's what it is. And now the biggest mother of them all will be Kamala Harris, and it'll be the state. The biggest mother of all will be the state. That's coming. Big Mama Fed. That'll be the biggest mother of them all. And we'll want it. We will never not want it. This is why the Republicans don't know how to run against this, because it is deeply embedded in our nature to reward the fraud. That's why we kind of rewarded Trump in 2016, because he came out and said, I am full of shit. And Hillary didn't. Hillary was the one that said, how dare he say that we're all criminals? And Trump goes, no, you're all criminals, and I know because I'm a criminal. And he won. We will always reward frauds at this level in America, because we know deep down, we know that nothing good is going to come from getting honest in this country. We know that. Can't get honest here. That's not part of the plan. Twerk. You better twerk. Twerk for your supper. Twerk until you can twerk no more. Twerk on your way to the electric chair, because that's where you're going. But it doesn't matter. So for Trump to win, he's got to get fun fast. Throw that party from 2016. You got to go out again and turn this race back into Vegas, but the way it used to be, not the Sphere. She'll win if you fight at the Sphere. She wins. If it's just fat bags of shit watching bright colors on the fucking LED screen, she will win. You got to make it old Vegas. Sit at the table. Put your money up. You could win. Dress up a little nice. Go to the steakhouse. You've got a voucher. Faggot. Sometimes that feels good. I traded in my Bentley. I'm getting older, and I'm starting to realize that owning expensive and flashy shit is stupid. I realized that. There's a time when you have to look at your life and go, what is this crap? I have all this crap. And I was sitting in the Rolls-Royce dealership talking to my friend Dean. And we found a car that was suitable for me. And it's pretty, and I'm not going to say which kind it is. I don't need you trying to follow me or kill me. I have enough people trying to do that in the government. Probably, I don't know. Hopefully not. But buying a car is a very interesting experience, and everyone should do it, because you're buying a president. It will inevitably disappoint you, and it goes down in value. However, it is a process that you should do. It's one of the first things you buy as a young person. Your father or mother takes you to a used car lot and they get you a car. It's a used Mitsubishi Galant. Maybe it's a RAV4. I don't know. Maybe it's a Beamer. I don't know what socioeconomic status you come from, and I don't care. For me, it was an Oldsmobile 88, a real junker, a piece of shit. I junked it for an 8-ball of cocaine. It was a car that would stop if I put my foot on the brake, and the car would just shut off. It had an air suspension, though, that was kind of nice. It floated around and glided, the Lincolns and the Oldsmobiles. My point is that it was my first car. It was freedom. It was the first thing that I bought, that I got. I got the papers. You own this. It's yours. Okay? And then immediately I treated it like shit and destroyed it. And I will do that to everything I own. There's no reason to own anything if you don't do that, by the way. People don't understand that. They think owning things is to treat them with respect or reverence. That's absolutely not the case. What? I used to have a joke about it. Doesn't matter. It's one of the old specials. The point is this. The president of the United States is a used car. It has seen action. It's going to disappoint you. It's going to break down. But you have to feel like it is the thing that you need at the moment. Sales is something I've been in my entire life. And when you sell something to someone, you have to recognize a desire deep in them, an unmet need, something that they want. And then you have to find the thing that they think will give it to them. It's never actually the thing that they need, because most of what we need is spiritual, not material. But who the fuck makes money selling that? The church. That's not our business. Our business is cars, for the sake of this example. Americans like cults, all of them, on the right and the left. But cults have to be fun. In the beginning. In the end, they're not. Trump has to get fun fast. He's got to make this Vegas again. He's got to make it Vegas. He's got to get everybody on the PJ. He's got to land. The turbulence should be wild. The champagne is spilling. Who gives a fuck? He's got to turn this into a party, because what Kamala Harris has been able to do, okay, is she is parading the most endearing quality, okay, to the American people: thoughtlessness. There is no one more but with success. Like, she's done it. She gonna be the president, bitch. So if you want to beat her, you have to throw a bigger party than she will. And that's going to be difficult to do with J.D. Vance. But Vance is the type of guy for the party who could just get the drugs. Just get the drug. Get the drugs. He's the guy that gets the drugs. He's the guy you send on an hour fucking into the deep valley to get the drugs. We don't need him there. Get the drugs. Someone send him to get the drugs, and then Trump's got to throw a party. Otherwise, because she is answering this mother question, she's answering this thing that people want. They want to elevate this woman because she is them. They are full of shit. They don't know what to think. They don't know what's going on. They just don't want people to be mean to them. So much of America is people just not wanting people to be mean to them. I know. So you have to play into that. You can't make it hard. You can't make being a fan of someone hard. You can't give them all this complicated crap. She's not gonna give them a bunch of complicated policy proposals. She's gonna talk about history. She's gonna talk about doing it, whatever that is. And she right now is in the lead. Doesn't mean she'll stay in the lead, because the fatal flaw of her campaign, like all campaigns, might be cockiness. When they dance a little too much, people might start to see through it. They might start to see the robot glitching. They don't love that. Remember at the beginning of AI, everyone's like, oh my God. Now you look at AI and you see like some of the stuff AI is doing and you go, yeah, I don't know about that. All these writers that were paranoid about AI, it was never AI that was coming for their jobs. It was just a lot of shows that were being made that nobody wanted to watch. Nothing to do with AI. Now, show us this. Let's end with this, because I like this. This is a therapeutic video of the Boston Dynamics robot.
Yes, yeah. Here we go.
Interesting. Is this a real video?
Yeah, this is it.
But they're falling. Now, this is what the Republicans hope Kamala does at the debate. See that? If she does that at the debate, he's got a shot. If they don't debate her, it's hers to lose. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Heed my warnings, all who listen. Heed them. Heed them. Is it the worst idea for J.D. Vance to go out and start twerking? Maybe not. If J.D. Vance gets out there with a rapper, you'd have to find one maybe one of them that Trump let out of jail. They owe him. And J.D. Vance goes out there. J.D., just get the drugs. We're throwing a party. Take a ride to the Deep Valley and get everybody drugs. We're throwing a party. And if Trump can fund fraud, that's what she's doing. Fund fraud will win always in America. GWB, winner. Clinton, winner. Obama, more cerebral, winner. People knew Obama didn't believe the things he kind of said. No one cared. No one cared. He was fun. He was elegant. So you got to bring back the fun fraud. That is the archetype of American that we like. We are comfortable with that. It's in every movie. Every pop culture depiction of a guy that bluffs his way into something, some room he shouldn't be in, but at the end of the day, he makes it work. And right now, it looks like Kamala's going to make it work. She's going to be the president, bish. And you would too.